Today's video, we're going to be talking about reverse rolling, and it's not going to be an in-depth tutorial. It's just going to kind of be show you what I've learned so far about reverse rolling, because I'm not a pro at reverse rolling, but it has made my life a lot easier on windshields. I'll just kind of explain why in this video. But there's just, I think, there's been like one major detail that I haven't come across and I just had to figure it out myself. And that's kind of what I want to show you guys today. So this isn't going to be an in-depth tutorial so much on how to reverse roll, but it is going to show you what helped me figure it out a lot more. All right, let's prep a windshield. We got to wipe this off, and then we're going to apply a little layered dryer sheet. Now the reason I do this, because I've had a lot of people ask, this gives the film a surface to stick to as you're shrinking it, and it just happens to work really well. You could use like a soap bar. You just need to find something that puts a surface down and dries and gives the film something to stick to, because it's real difficult to just try and shrink film sticking to the glass. It wants to like pop back up. So dryer sheets are just like, you know, they're cheap. They come in boxes of a ton. They work really well, and that's really why they've become tinter's choice for dry shrinking, but there are other options and methods too. So we're gonna just let that dry for, you know, about 3 or 4 minutes. Typically I would do this before I go to install the doors, but since I'm filming, you know, I just want to get this set up after I did the doors. Well, this is dry enough. It doesn't have to be perfectly dry. This is always fun. Wow. Toss and film. So if you have a dry surface, it also makes it easier to like push your film across and get it farther. So ideally you have somebody that takes it on the other side, but you know, you do what you can. So I'm setting this up to clean, and I've prepped it, and I should have done this before, not steal his money. It's not what I'm doing right now. Because this thing, it goes up, and it creates one big seat, and it just, oh, it's so gross. I'm just doing this for the video. That's all. I could do this, I usually do this with a center console in the middle, but for this one, I can show you guys a little bit better. Oh, these are sticky. This is the kind of stuff that happens day to day that I don't often show on camera. So it's funny when this stuff pops up and I happen to be filming. Oh, there's more here. Mostly be in this middle seat and on the driver's side. So good. All right. So we have to clean off this windshield. Now, first I did a couple of things to prep it. I put a soak shield in, which, if you'll notice, are my colors, which is awesome. So thank you to Soak Shield for that. So this was just sitting on the table, so I'm gonna use this. Usually I'll take like a razor blade to scrape off the windshield. As long as you don't have like glue specks and stuff like that, you're usually all right to just like scrape it real quick. So these are a couple newer products too that were sitting on the table, so I'm just gonna try them because they're here. This is the Scrub It little hand thingy for this, and then this is Rewind to Raw. I've used this stuff before, but I've never really given my thoughts on camera about it. Just gonna put like a little bit here, and what this is a hydrophobic coating remover and glass scrubber. So we're just gonna scrub this off. You can see it really starting to suds up. This Rewind to Raw, it leaves behind some like, there's a micro abrasive in here. So you do have to wipe it off afterwards and just be real thorough about cleaning your glass after you've used it. But it's supposed to clean out all the pores and stuff on the glass, just give you a real clean service, take off any hydrophobic coatings, and then just all in all, give you a cleaner installation. I've been using it for a little while. I like it. It does take a little bit longer to use, but if you got the time, prep a windshield very thoroughly. It's, you know, if you're already scrubbing windshields down, it fits right into your cleaning regimen. I do have glass boards, and normally I would be doing this on the glass boards here, but on the road I don't have glass boards, and I've learned to do everything off of the vehicle. So we're gonna see peeling a reverse roll on the windshield instead of the other way around. I'm still trying to figure this part out. So feel free to leave in the comments a better way to do this. I mean, this gets a little tricky, and I don't like the film resting on itself like that, the liner, but as long as the wrong sides don't touch, then we should be okay. Yeah, we're okay. That's actually all right. And then I'm just gonna lay this back down. I like laying it back down so there's like no air pockets. So the purpose of this is I need the liner to not stick to the film, but the liner is gonna protect the film when I roll it up. And that allows me to roll up the film, but you gotta loosen it up. So that's why you gotta peel it back, spray a layer of moisture underneath it, and then you'll be good. From here, we can roll it up. The part I don't like about reverse rolling, well, there's a few parts, but like the major thing that has always kept me from reverse rolling was the additional time this takes. Like I could have just peeled the liner off and carried the film in and called it a day. But since this seems to turn out a wrinkle-free install, when you take the time to do this, it just seems to work out a little bit better. So I'm doing a real tight roll. A way to keep it tight is kind of like pull it back too. It starts to wrinkle up a little bit on me, but if I keep it tight against the glass, it's not too bad. Now you get to like, ooh, I obviously can't reach the other side, so you get to a point where you have to like move it up, and you can either roll it in the air or you can continue to roll it on the glass. This just seems to be working out nicely like this, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Now you'll notice I started from the passenger side because I'm gonna install it on the driver's side, and then also I tried to roll it up a little bit at an angle, so now I got more sticking out on the top than the bottom. So now I can just carry it in, and I got all the time in the world. I'm gonna wet this back down, but so I learned this part here from David Rosenberg on the artistic window tinting YouTube channel. So he had a real good reverse rolling tutorial. That's what helped teach me how to get to this point. Now the part that I had a problem with is this part right here. So what we're gonna do is the liner actually released itself and is now currently rolling on the back of the film. So now I can actually just put it into place and just kind of like start unrolling it onto the glass. So I'm gonna just kind of work a little bit out. I'm gonna say this over and over, I'm still working on this technique. This is not a perfection tutorial on how to do this. This is the point I'm at currently. So if anybody's also got tips for me on how to do this better, I'd much appreciate it in the comments. But from here, because I got a nice tight roll, I'm unrolling it onto the glass. I'm real happy with this so far. So I'm gonna take the liner at this point. Now what I tried initially was unrolling the entire thing onto the glass and then dealing with the liner. And that never worked well, because I'd get to like this point here and the film would just kind of like, it'd start wrinkling and bind up, and I didn't have a clean way to peel it. But since I've been trying this, so I'm gonna basically pull the liner as I unroll it, but my secret little part here, the part that I call, I don't know, I don't have a name for it. It's just like the sweet spot for reverse rolling, is you always have your hand here on the roll. The liner wants to stick to the film, and then you'll grab the liner, and that's where you really start to get messed up, or it'll start feeding back into the film or behind the tint, and you don't. You wanna just keep it here. So as you do this, just unroll it, and the roll will stay really tight like the whole time, and you can kind of like, it also gives you a little bit of time to go back and maneuver your film, and you're not stressing about the rest of it. So I'm taking my time with this a little bit, and it might start sticking to the glass because I'll usually do this faster, but for the sake of the video, I'm just kind of taking my time with this. So watch here. My film is still here, the tint's still here, and then we're gonna continue to pull, and this film should release from the bottom, and if it doesn't, then we got some problems. Right there. There we go. That wasn't so bad. And I can just work this back in here. It didn't like pull a pinch point into the film, and that's what I like about that method right there. So now I got my film basically in place. I'm just gonna shift it around a little bit, and when you go faster, it's gonna be a little bit looser because it hasn't had time to cure yet. One thing I am gonna do though is I'm gonna pull this soak shield up a little bit to make sure my bottom's covered. And then, yeah, that's all on the glass. I was super happy with that. That just felt so much better about the installation with one of those. So I could have cut my tab out beforehand, but I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it out on the inside because it's got a nice ceramic border. I'm waiting for that part where you're just all of a sudden like, ah, shit, it's ruined. We gotta start over. Cut, no video, it's over, I quit. So there we go, that's that. Maybe this should be the professional way to do a reverse roll. But I think there's probably a couple things that I could do better. So I'd really appreciate some help with a recommendation for how to peel the liner on the outside of the glass and then lay it back down. My method seems a little bit sloppy. I would use a glass board, but when I'm on the road, I don't have those. So I need to do everything on a car. And these truck windshields are just really wide. So if anybody has any advice for that, I'd much appreciate it. And yeah, any other tips to reverse rolling would be great. We got a little guy that we gotta get out. So I got a little like eyelash or something in here, and I'm gonna get it out. It's pretty easy to remove if I can find it. Or is there like, is this on the client? This is, oh, okay, yeah, there it is. This is my other problem with reverse rolling. My technique isn't perfect yet. So, I won't get wrinkles in it, but I will get usually a little bit of dust or dirt somewhere in like a top corner or something pretty minimal. At this point, it used to be really bad. Now it's gotten better. These things are real easy to actually flush out of the window. This is the type of stuff I don't like to show on camera. But yeah, like I said, this isn't a tutorial on how to do this. This is just what I found to make reverse rolling easier. The stuff with the dirt, this is what I'm talking about with the prop on the outside. I feel like it's a little bit sloppy. So that might have actually been when I was touching the liner and laying it back down. I could have gotten stuff on the liner that way. So I'd really, really appreciate somebody's recommendation on how to keep these a little cleaner. If it's just, you know, I need more practice, because I've only been doing this for like a month or two on and off, primarily with back glasses. And then when I was comfortable enough, I really tried my hand at windshields when I have enough time. If I really have to just book it, then I'll just peel it and install it. But other than that, I've been trying to take my time with reverse rolling, so I get a good enough installation. I've got some room for improvement. So I would much appreciate any suggestions that people have. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.